It's time to duel and there's no backing down. Your move, the heart of the cards is where magic is found. Your move, we played this game before, but never quite this way. It's like an all-out war with monsters that obey. Yugioh, he's the king of games. Yugioh, your move, it's time to duel with this episode of Fairy Tail. So in a nutshell, this week's episode of Fairy Tail, in all honesty, was a Yu-Gi-Oh parody. A lot of the game with Kana versus her opponent was basically like Yu-Gi-Oh, but basically a funny parody. And I don't know if they were trying to take shots at it or just make jokes in general like a parody is supposed to do, with basically like having the graveyard and all these ass pulls of like, my monster can make, 12 attacks and give me all my life points. And it kind of felt like a mixture of a joke against Yu-Gi-Oh, but then at the same time, remember Dungeon Dice Monsters with like the 4 heart points? That's what it felt like, in all honesty, with this week's episode. It was like, you have a couple extra fights going on in the background, and I think a couple extra people got defeated, but ultimately it was focusing on this Yu-Gi-Oh match that was just ridiculous, and I couldn't take serious for a second, and you're not supposed to, but the thing about it was this arc had so much promise, and we're getting a Yu-Gi-Oh parody to solve one of these battles. Like, I'm astonished. I'm honestly astonished. This is probably one of the worst arcs in all of Fairy Tail. No. I'm pretty sure this is the worst. I mean, there were some other filler arcs or whatever, and some small arcs, but this is just like, it had potential, and it's been flushed down the toilet. Like, I honestly don't see, unless the next few episodes, really step it up, this arc being anything other than, like, the worst episodes of Fairy Tail. Like, a Yu-Gi-Oh parody. I guess I got like a nostalgia boner or something like that just to get a little laugh out of it, but yeah, I don't see the point of an episode like this solving a fight with a card game. And you had a little bit of like Jeopardy as well with the other quiz game that they were playing as well. I'm like, what the fuck is Fairy Tail doing right now? Like, this is how you solve conflict. Dueling. With, yeah, you're gonna get sent back to the spirit world, the other world, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's totally not the shadow realm. Yeah, couldn't take it serious for a second, in all honesty. Again, it's like, if you want a laugh and you want to see a Yu-Gi-Oh parody, then by all means, go for it, but otherwise, yet again, one of those episodes where I'm like, kind of skippable. I mean, there was some defeats in there, but overall, it just felt fucking ridiculous. It was like I had a chuckle here or there, and if that's what it was trying to do, I guess it succeeded. But beyond that, it really was like, ugh. So yeah, very brief review. Maybe like a 3 to a 4 for this one again. Better than last week's episode. Last week's episode I gave like a 2 because it was them eating ice cream. I guess since this was a lot more entertaining and there were some little pieces of progression in there in the background and everything, maybe the 4, I'll give it a bad 3 to a 4, somewhere around there, but that's as far as it goes. Again, like, go watch Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. Although I ain't gonna lie, Kana has some yum-yums. Yeah, that's how bad it is that I gotta talk. Kana had some yum-yums in this episode. And Mita Jane looking good too, solving her problems, which that was fucking pathetic. The fight that she had with them, it was like the shark guy and what? At least she got rid of the trash, but damn. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Did it remind you of Yu-Gi-Oh, or did it remind you of GX or 5Ds or Xiao? Because it couldn't remind you of anything else, unless it reminded you of like Duel Masters or something. I don't know. And did you get a chuckle? I guess. I mean, if it was for a laugh, then by all means, it kind of gave me a laugh at how ridiculous and Yu-Gi-Oh trying to be it was. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or you wanted to duel, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be awesome. I might make you laugh with one of these from time to time. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. It's time to duel.